Chapters 1 through 7 of the book of Nehemiah from the World English Bible. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by November 8, Echo Victor Victor. Nehemiah from the World English Bible, chapters 1 through 7. Chapter 1. The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. Now it happened in the month Chislev, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan the palace, that Hanani, one of my brothers, came, he and certain men out of Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews who had escaped, who were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. They said to me, the remnant who are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and its gates are burned with fire. It happened when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and I fasted and prayed before the God of heaven, and said, I beg you, Yahweh, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God, who keeps covenant and loving kindness with those who love him, and keep his commandments. Let your ear now be attentive, and your eyes open, that you may listen to the prayer of your servant, which I pray before you at this time, day and night, for the children of Israel your servants, while I confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against you. Yes, I and my father's house have sinned. We have dealt very corruptly against you, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the ordinances which you commanded your servant Moses. Remember, I beg you, the word that you commanded your servant Moses, saying, if you trespass, I will scatter you abroad among the peoples. But if you return to me, and keep my commandments, and do them, though your outcasts were in the uttermost part of the heavens, yet will I gather them from there, and will bring them to the place that I have chosen, to cause my name to dwell there. Now these are your servants and your people, whom you have redeemed by your great power, and by your strong hand. Lord, I beg you, let your ear be attentive now to the prayer of your servant, and to the prayer of your servants who delight to fear your name, and please prosper your servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man. Now I was cupbearer to the king. Chapter 2. It happened in the month Nisan, in the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, when wine was before him, that I took up the wine and gave it to the king. Now I had not been sad before in his presence. The king said to me, why is your face sad, since you are not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very much afraid. I said to the king, let the king live forever. Why shouldn't my face be sad, when the city, the place of my father's tombs, lies waste, and its gates have been consumed with fire? Then the king said to me, for what do you make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven. I said to the king, if it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in your sight, that you would send me to Judah, to the city of my father's tombs, that I may build it. The king said to me, the queen was also sitting by him, for how long shall your journey be, and when will you return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time. Moreover, I said to the king, if it pleases the king, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may let me pass through until I come to Judah, and a letter to Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the citadel by the temple, for the wall of the city, and for the house that I shall enter into. The king granted my requests because of the good hand of my God on me. Then I came to the governors beyond the river, and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent with me captains of the army and horsemen. When Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly, because a man had come to seek the welfare of the children of Israel. So I came to Jerusalem, and was there 3 days. I arose in the night, I and some few men with me. Neither told I any man what my God put into my heart to do for Jerusalem. Neither was there any animal with me, except the animal that I rode on. I went out by night by the valley gate, even toward the jackal's well, and to the dung gate, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem which were broken down, and its gates were consumed with fire. Then I went on to the spring gate, and to the king's pool, but there was no place for the animal that was under me to pass. Then went I up in the night by the brook, and viewed the wall, and I turned back and entered by the valley gate, and so returned. The rulers didn't know where I went, or what I did, neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor to the priests, nor to the nobles, nor to the rulers, nor to the rest who did the work. Then I said to them, You see the evil case that we are in, how Jerusalem lies waste, and its gates are burned with fire. Come, let us build up the wall of Jerusalem, that we won't be disgraced. I told them of the hand of my God which was good on me, as also of the king's words that he had spoken to me. They said, Let's rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for the good work. But when Sanballat the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard it, they ridiculed us and despised us and said, What is this thing that you are doing? Will you rebel against the king? Then answered I them and said to them, The God of heaven will prosper us. Therefore we, his servants, will arise and build. But you have no portion, nor right, nor memorial in Jerusalem. Chapter 3. Then Eliashib the high priest rose up with his brothers the priests, and they built the sheep gate. They sanctified it, and set up its doors, even to the tower of Hamiah they sanctified it, to the tower of Hananeel. Next to him built the men of Jericho. Next to them built Zachar the son of Imri. The sons of Hasaneah built the fish gate. They laid its beams, and set up its doors, its bolts, and its bars. Next to them Meremoth the son of Uriah, the son of Hakkoz, made repairs. Next to them Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, the son of Meshezabeel, made repairs. Next to them Zadok, the son of Baana, made repairs. Next to them the Tekoites made repairs, but their nobles didn't put their necks to the work of their lord. Joiada, the son of Paseah, and Meshullam, the son of Besadiah, repaired the old gate. They laid its beams, and set up its doors, and its bolts, and its bars. Next to them Melatiah the Gibeonite, and Jadon the Meronothite, the men of Gibeon and of Mizpah, repaired the residence of the governor beyond the river. Next to him Uzziel the son of Harhiah, goldsmiths, made repairs. Next to him Hananiah, one of the perfumers, made repairs, and they fortified Jerusalem, even to the broad wall. Next to them Rephaiah the son of Hur, the ruler of half the district of Jerusalem, made repairs. Next to them Jediah the son of Harumaph made repairs across from his house. Next to him Hattush the son of Hashabniah made repairs. Malchijah the son of Haram and Hashub the son of Pahath-moab repaired another portion, and the tower of the furnaces. Next to him Shallum the son of Hallohesh, the ruler of half the district of Jerusalem, he and his daughters made repairs. Hanan and the inhabitants of Zanoah repaired the valley gate. They built it, and set up its doors, its bolts, and its bars, and 1,000 cubits of the wall to the dung gate. Malchijah the son of Rechab, the ruler of the district of Beth-Hakerem, repaired the dung gate. He built it, and set up its doors, its bolts, and its bars. Shallun the son of Colhozi, the ruler of the district of Mitzpah, repaired the spring gate. He built it, and covered it, and set up its doors, its bolts, and its bars, and the wall of the pool of Shelah, by the king's garden, even to the stairs that go down from the city of David. After him Nehemiah the son of Azbuk, the ruler of half the district of Beth-zur, made repairs to the place opposite the tombs of David, and to the pool that was made, and to the house of the mighty men. After him the Levites, Rehum the son of Bani, made repairs. Next to him Hashabiah, the ruler of half the district of Keilah, made repairs for his district. After him their brothers Bavai the son of Henadad, the ruler of half the district of Keilah, made repairs. Next to him Ezer the son of Jeshua, the ruler of Mitzpah, repaired another portion across from the ascent to the armory at the turning of the wall. After him Barak the son of Zabbai earnestly repaired another portion, from the turning of the wall to the door of the house of Eliashib the high priest. After him Meremoth the son of Uriah the son of Hakkoz repaired another portion from the door of the house of Eliashib even to the end of the house of Eliashib. After him the priests, the men of the plain, made repairs. After them Benjamin and Hashub made repairs across from their house. After them Azariah the son of Maaseiah the son of Ananiah made repairs beside his own house. After him Binnui the son of Henadad repaired another portion, from the house of Azariah to the turning of the wall, and to the corner. Palal the son of Uzai made repairs opposite the turning of the wall, and the tower that stands out from the upper house of the king, which is by the court of the guard. After him Pedaiah the son of Perush made repairs. Now the Nethinim lived in Ophel, to the place over against the water gate toward the east, and the tower that stands out. After him the Tekoites repaired another portion, over against the great tower that stands out, and to the wall of Ophel. Above the horse gate the priests made repairs, every one across from his own house. After them Zadok the son of Immer made repairs across from his own house. After him Shemaiah the son of Shechaniah, the keeper of the east gate, made repairs. After him Hananiah the son of Shelemiah, and Hanan the sixth son of Zalaph, repaired another portion. After him Meshullam the son of Berechiah made repairs across from his room. After him Malchijah one of the goldsmiths, to the house of the Nethinim, and of the merchants, made repairs over against the gate of Hamifkat, and to the ascent of the corner. Between the ascent of the corner and the sheep gate, the goldsmiths and the merchants made repairs. Chapter 4. But it happened that when Sanballat heard that we were building the wall, he was angry, and took great indignation, and mocked the Jews. He spoke before his brothers and the army of Samaria, and said, "What are these feeble Jews doing? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they finish in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of rubbish, since they are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, What they are building, if a fox climbed up it, he would break down their stone wall. Hear our God, for we are despised, and turn back their reproach on their own head. Give them up for spoil in a land of captivity. Don't cover their iniquity, and don't let their sin be blotted out from before you, for they have insulted the builders. So we built the wall, and all the wall was joined together to half its height, for the people had a mind to work. But it happened that when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabians, the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the repairing of the walls of Jerusalem went forward, and that the breaches began to be filled, then they were very angry, and they conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem, and to cause confusion therein. But we made our prayer to our God, and set a watch against them day and night, because of them. Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is fading, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. Our adversaries said, They shall not know, neither see, until we come into their midst, and kill them, and cause the work to cease. It happened that when the Jews who lived by them came, they said to us 10 times from all places, Wherever you turn, they will attack us. Therefore set I in the lowest parts of the space behind the wall. In the open places I set the people after their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. I looked and rose up and said to the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, Don't be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, and your daughters, your wives, and your houses. It happened when our enemies heard that it was known to us, and God had brought their counsel to nothing, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one to his work. It happened from that time forth that half of my servants worked in the work, and half of them held the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the coats of mail, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They all built the wall, and those who bore burdens loaded themselves. Every one with one of his hands worked in the work, and with the other held his weapon. And the builders, every one wore his sword at his side, and so built. He who sounded the trumpet was by me. I said to the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we are separated on the wall, one far from another. Wherever you hear the sound of the trumpet, rally there to us. Our God will fight for us. So we worked in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning until the stars appeared. Likewise at the same time said I to the people, Let every one with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and may labor in the day. So neither I, nor my brothers, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard who followed me, none of us took off our clothes. Every one took his weapon to the water. Chapter 5. Then there arose a great cry of the people and of their wives against their brothers the Jews. For there were that said, We, our sons and our daughters, are many. Let us get grain, that we may eat and live. Some also there were that said, We are mortgaging our fields, and our vineyards, and our houses. Let us get grain because of the famine. There were also some who said, We have borrowed money for the king's tribute, using our fields and our vineyards as collateral. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brothers, our children as their children. Behold, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants, and some of our daughters have been brought into bondage. Neither is it in our power to help it, for other men have our fields and our vineyards. I was very angry when I heard their cry and these words. Then I consulted with myself, and contended with the nobles and the rulers, and said to them, You exact usury, every one of his brother. I held a great assembly against them. I said to them, We, after our ability, have redeemed our brothers, the Jews, that were sold to the nations. And would you even sell your brothers, and should they be sold to us? Then they held their peace, and found never a word. Also I said, The thing that you do is not good. Ought you not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the nations our enemies? I likewise, my brothers and my servants, lend them money and grain. Please let us stop this usury. Please restore to them even this day their fields, their vineyards, their olive groves, and their houses, also the 100th part of the money, and of the grain, the new wine, and the oil that you are charging them. Then they said, We will restore them, and will require nothing of them. So will we do even as you say. Then I called the priests, and took an oath of them, that they would do according to this promise. Also I shook out my lap and said, So may God shake out every man from his house and from his labor that doesn't perform this promise. Even thus be he shaken out and emptied. All the assembly said, Amen, and praised Yahweh. The people did according to this promise. Moreover, from the time that I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year even to the 32nd year of Artaxerxes the king, that is 12 years, I and my brothers have not eaten the bread of the governor. But the former governors who were before me were supported by the people, and took bread and wine from them, besides 40 shekels of silver. Yes, even their servants ruled over the people, but I didn't do so, because of the fear of God. Yes, also I continued in the work of this wall, neither bought we any land, and all my servants were gathered there to the work. Moreover, there were at my table of the Jews and the rulers 150 men, besides those who came to us from among the nations that were around us. Now that which was prepared for one day was 1 ox and 6 choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, and once in 10 days store of all sorts of wine. Yet for all this I didn't demand the bread of the governor, because the bondage was heavy on this people. Remember to me, my God, for good, all that I have done for this people. Chapter 6. Now it happened, when it was reported to Sanballat and Tobiah, and to Geshem the Arabian, and to the rest of our enemies, that I had built the wall, and that there was no breach left therein, though even to that time I had not set up the doors in the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent to me, saying, Come, let us meet together in the villages in the plain of Ono. But they intended to harm me. I sent messengers to them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I can't come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it and come down to you? They sent to me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them the same way. Then Sanballat sent his servant to me the same way the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand, in which was written, It is reported among the nations, and Gashmu says it, that you and the Jews intend to rebel. Because of that, you are building the wall. You would be their king, according to these words. You have also appointed prophets to preach of you at Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah. Now it will be reported to the king according to these words. Come now, therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent to him, saying, There are no such things done as you say, but you imagine them out of your own heart. For they all would have made us afraid, saying, Their hands will be weakened from the work, that it not be done. But now strengthen my hands. I went to the house of Shemaiah, the son of Delaiah, the son of Mehetabeel, who was shut in at his home, and he said, Let us meet together in God's house within the temple, and let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to kill you. Yes, in the night they will come to kill you. I said, should such a man as I flee? Who is there that, being such as I, would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. I discerned, and behold, God had not sent him, but he pronounced this prophecy against me. Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. He hired so that I would be afraid, do so, and sin, that they might have material for an evil report, that they might reproach me. Remember, my God, Tobiah and Sanballat according to their works, and also the prophetess Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of Elul, in 52 days. It happened when our enemies heard of it, that all the nations that were about us were afraid, and were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was worked of our God. Moreover, in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters to Tobiah, and Tobiah's letters came to them. For there were many in Judah sworn to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Era, and his son Jehohanan had taken the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, as wife. Also they spoke of his good deeds before me, and reported my words to him. Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear. Chapter 7. Now it happened when the wall was built, and I had set up the doors, and the porters and the singers and the Levites were appointed, that I put my brother Hanani and Hananiah the governor of the castle in charge of Jerusalem, for he was a faithful man and feared God above many. I said to them, don't let the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun is hot, and while they stand guard, let them shut the doors, and you bar them, and appoint watches of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, every one in his watch, with every one near his house. Now the city was wide and large, but the people were few therein, and the houses were not built. My God put into my heart to gather together the nobles and the rulers and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy. I found the book of the genealogy of those who came up at the first, and I found written therein, these are the children of the province who went up out of the captivity of those who had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away, and who returned to Jerusalem and to Judah, every one to his city, who came with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Rehemiah, Naamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Misperith, Bigvai, Nehum, Baanah. The number of the men of the people of Israel, the children of Perish, 2,172. The children of Shephatiah, 372. The children of Era, 652. The children of Pahath-Moab, of the children of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The children of Elam, 1,254. The children of Zattu, 845. The children of Zaccai, 760. The children of Binnui, 648. The children of Bebai, 628. The children of Azgad, 2,322. The children of Adonikam, 667. The children of Bigvai, 2,067. The children of Adin, 655. The children of Ater of Hezekiah, 98. The children of Hashem, 328. The children of Bezai, 324. The children of Hariph, 112. The children of Gibeon, 95. The men of Bethlehem and Netophah, 188. The men of Anathoth, 128. The men of Beth Esmaveth, 42. The men of Kiriath Jearim, Chephirah, and Beeroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Geba, 621. The men of Michmas, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 123. The men of the other Nebo, 52. The children of the other Elam, 1,254. The children of Haram, 320. The children of Jericho, 345. The children of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 721. The children of Senaah, 3,930. The priests, the children of Jediah of the house of Jeshua, 973. The children of Immer, 1,052. The children of Pashur, 1,247. The children of Haram, 1,017. The Levites, the children of Jeshua, of Kadmiel, of the children of Hodavah, 74. The singers, the children of Asaph, 148. The porters, the children of Shallum, the children of Ater, the children of Talmon, the children of Akub, the children of Hittita, the children of Shobai, 138. The Nethinim, the children of Ziha, the children of Hasupha, the children of Tabaoth, the children of Kirus, the children of Sia, the children of Padon, the children of Labana, the children of Hagabah, the children of Salmai, the children of Hanan, the children of Giddel, the children of Gahar, the children of Reiah, the children of Rezin, the children of Nekoda, the children of Gazam, the children of Uzzah, the children of Paseah, the children of Bezai, the children of Meunim, the children of Nephishisim, the children of Bakbuk, the children of Hakupha, the children of Herher, the children of Bazlith, the children of Mehida, the children of Harsha, the children of Barkos, the children of Sisera, the children of Tema, the children of Neziah, the children of Hatipha, the children of Solomon's servants, the children of Sotai, the children of Sophereth, the children of Perida, the children of Jaela, the children of Darkon, the children of Giddel, the children of Shephatiah, the children of Hattil, the children of Pokereth Hazabaim, the children of Ammon. All the Nethinim, and the children of Solomon's servants, were 392. These were those who went up from Tel Melah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but they could not show their fathers' houses, nor their seed, whether they were of Israel. The children of Deliah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 642. Of the priests, the children of Hobiah, the children of Hakaz, the children of Barzillai, who took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai the Gileadite, and was called after their name. These searched for their genealogical records, but couldn't find them. Therefore were they deemed polluted, and put from the priesthood. The governor said to them that they should not eat of the most holy things, until there stood up a priest with Urim and Thummim. The whole assembly together was 42,360, beside their male servants and their female servants, of whom there were 7,337, and they had 245 singing men and singing women. Their horses were 736, their mules 245, their camels 435, their donkeys 6,720. Some from among the heads of fathers' households gave to the work. The governor gave to the treasury 1,000 derricks of gold, 50 basins, and 530 priests' garments. Some of the heads of fathers' households gave into the treasury of the work 20,000 derricks of gold, and 2,200 minas of silver. That which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 derricks of gold, and 2,000 minas of silver, and 67 priests' garments. So the priests, and the Levites, and the porters, and the singers, and some of the people, and the Nethinim, and all Israel lived in their cities. When the 7th month had come, the children of Israel were in their cities. End of chapters 1 through 7 from the book of Nehemiah.